How's it going, everyone? This is Kevin. Today I want to bring you along with me to do a minimalistic setup using my iPhone 12 Pro Max and my Fujifilm X100F. So let's jump right into it. So I wanted to use my iPhone 12 Pro Max because I've been, it has 10-bit internal kind of colors and everything like that. So I wanted to use it to see how good it would be to use it as my only source of vlogging and kind of B-roll setup for going out just to shoot photos and everything like that when I wanted to kind of travel light. Because sometimes it is a little bit hectic to bring out all my gear when it comes down to having my Sony a7 III and the lenses a little bit bulky, and sometimes I don't want to draw attention to myself when I'm out shooting because, well, I just want to be quick and about and not have to cost any, attention, because you never know. I don't feel like getting my stuff stolen again because I've had a camera stolen before. Don't feel like doing that lifestyle again. So right now I just want to test out to see how good it'll be with this setup. I am actually using an external microphone. I'm using the Rode Video Micro microphone, and I am also shooting with the Moment app in a log profile so I can color grade it to be able to just make it look as what I would normally use it for and see how good it holds when it comes down to the color grade. Right now I'm using the front facing camera, so we'll see how well it holds itself. I'll be using the back camera here in a bit just to see if it's a lot better quality, which it should because it is the native camera, the main one that you would use. So I'll probably do the Suit ultra wide and then the wide one just to see how both handle themselves. So we're gonna switch over and see what they look like. Now we are using basically the ultra wide lens just to see how well it uses basically with this, just if I was out and about vlogging, just how it normally would. So you be the judge of it. I can't really see myself just yet, but I'll be able to review it after and get an idea of it. But it's actually kind of nice to be using this because most people get a little bit awkward when it comes down to having a bigger setup because they kind of get self-conscious when other people are around, myself included. Most of the time I've learned to get better at it, but sometimes it just gets kind of awkward. But with this setup it just looks like you're just out and about. I guess the microphone on top adds a little bit more to it, but for the most part it just looks like I'm just holding my phone. Could be FaceTiming somebody, they won't know the difference. Most people don't care anyway, but that's basically the ultra wide lens. So now we're going to switch over to the wide lens and see the major difference. And here we have the wide lens. So we had the ultra wide a bit ago and now we have the wide lens. This is basically just what it looks like right here. I would personally mainly use the ultra wide just because it's a little bit, vlogging style, if that makes sense. But other than that, you can't really mess with either. I know this one has a third lens, a telephoto lens, which obviously you wouldn't really be vlogging with it, but we're just gonna go ahead and set up some photos that we have to do for my friend's shirt, basically for his basically production company for shows. I've played a lot of shows for him, so I told him that I would take some photos for his shirts just so he could have it to promote, because it helps him fund basically other shows and everything like that. So we're gonna take some photos and see how it goes. So now I'm going to be using this bad boy because I want to do a minimal setup for the photos, and we're going to be taking some photos of the wife over there. And we're just going to kind of use this and see how it turns out in here. So let's go. that's basically taking some of the photos. We're gonna take some of me because I'm also wearing the shirt, so she's gonna be handling the camera in a bit, telling me how good I look in front of it and making sure that I don't look bad. Taking some of the photos. She probably did better than me at directing me because, yeah, she's just good like that, attention to detail. But we're gonna take a couple more photos, and then it is what it is. I mean, I kind of like the setup right here. It's just simple but nice. I might take some B-roll footage of the shirts with them just to see how it turns out with the phone, and move on from that. So here we go. And we are done taking all these photos and doing this minimalistic setup when it comes down to using my iPhone 12 Pro Max and my Fuji X100F. So hopefully you like the photos that we're able to take and you like this little minimalistic setup. Just wanted to see what you guys think of the colors and everything like that, because for me this is actually a pretty cool thing because you can really just take your phone and do whatever you need to when it comes down to your vlogging. Some people are not really comfortable using it a full camera whenever they're holding it and kind of talking to it. So I think that this setup is actually pretty cool because whether you have a microphone on top of it or not, or if you want to just use the phone itself, the camera should hold itself well with the microphone. You can just tweak it a little bit in post. I've done a video where I used my iPhone 11 just a native microphone and it turned out pretty much fine. So the sound wasn't too horrible, and I think you can manipulate it well enough that it holds itself well enough. So that could be an option for you if you're wanting to use that kind of minimalistic setup when you go out and not wanting to bring an external microphone to film yourself, just in case you want to just pull out your phone, film, and keep going. But for me, this is actually a really cool setup, even using the external microphone, because adds a little bit more professionalism to this type of phone and the camera itself. Using the Moment app, it's really cool that you can, shoot in long and or flat profile, whatever you want to use, and just be able to color grade it a little bit better than you would just with the straight out of the camera. Since this phone is supposed to have 10-bit internal for color grade, it's supposed to be a lot better than obviously like an iPhone 11. So I'm excited to have this phone now, just to kind of use it a little bit more whenever I need to have just some extra footage that I don't want to set up my camera for it. And I mean, for me, I really love just bringing my Fuji and using it since I don't get to as much. I'm not really sure, obviously you've seen the photos already, but for me, I like using the Fujifilm recipes or sometimes just the RAW and just do whatever I need to use them for, editing to my color grade style. But I like the options to have both because sometimes it just looks really great straight out of like the JPEGs, like the film recipe. So it just depends on my mood, in all honesty. But this setup is just mainly just to show you that you can just kind of vlog and just do the stuff that you want to do with just a phone. So if you're looking to kind of have your first camera, that you're on a budget, I feel like having a phone like this, it serves all purposes when it comes down to having it for your social media, so you can use it for everything in your everyday kind of phone business that you might have to do, and have a good camera because the 12 Max Pro tends to have a better camera. I've been using the telephoto lens a lot actually, and it has the ultra wide, so you got 3 cool lenses that you can use when it comes down to this phone itself. So something to consider when it comes down to just your phone photography and videography. Same thing with this Fujifilm. It's a great thing to have for minimalistic setup, so really cool that I got to test it out for you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed it yourself. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.